Okay, good morning, guys. I hope you're having a great day. We had a nice dinner last night for our media team Coleman's birthday. But in the markets today, so yesterday, 448, 449 became topish, right? If some of you guys remember that I did buy the bear spreads where we sold the 448 calls for August 30th to collect some premium and then buy the 449 for protection. They were up nice yesterday. I'm still holding them because I do see SPY visiting 446 or stay around these levels, maybe up down for the next one to until Monday maybe. Okay. And so today again the same number 442 hold is a must. As long as we're above 442 we're fine, which is another 4 points down from the current levels. And if we go on the weekly now, right, if we go on the weekly, we had nice little rips past few weeks, a nice little uptrend, right, no big dip, nothing. And this week if we do end up closing, right, just speaking of candles, if we do end up closing below 445, that will mark a bearish week going into next week. Will it work? Not necessarily. It can definitely dip next week for the first 1-2 days and then rip right back up to continue the uptrend. Okay, but again 442 is what matters to us. So let's see what happens. Or do we rip today all day with Jerome Powell's comments, because he's coming on at 10 o'clock. His comments, what he says, may move the market. Obviously we already know that. Any taper talks, anything like that, let's see what he says. And that's the only thing that might move the market today. But so if the market rips until 10 o'clock, from 9:30 till 10, if the market rips, there's a possibility that we might get a small dip while he's talking. And if the market dips, there's a possibility in the first half an hour, there's a possibility that we might get a rip.
What if it goes
while
sideways?
He's talking, right? And the sideways is always an option, right? Then do spreads, right? MSL teaches you how to make money sideways, up, down, however you guys want it, right? And so that's SPY. Just hold about 442. Right, and for tech, the Qs. Let's look at the Qs. Great action yesterday. Just gave up some gains, which is fine because it was extended right from 360. It made a move to 373 non-stop. Right, so yesterday it was consolidated a little bit, and today do we get a little reversal to the upside? So the next week we continue going higher. Okay, as long as we hold above 370 on Qs, I think we're fine. So 370 is the level. Break of 370 will be a little concerning because then. It can obviously see all the way down to 360 and then maybe bounce back again. So today it all depends on Jerome Powell, what he says, what comes out of his mouth. Okay, that's going to determine where the market goes. But as long as we're above 370, I think we're fine. Financials, again, a little toppy action, right? It's trying to break above 3860 was it went above 3860 yesterday, but it did not really hold 3860. Okay, so this has to be held and close above in order for us to see move to the upside in the coming days. Again, today, once everything is over, on Monday, if financials have a gap up, we're likely going to run. If they have a gap down or anything like that, we might even dip. So let's see the comments. So today is a very important day in the market, right? Everything depends on the Jackson Hole Virtual Summit once it finishes. Okay. Now, one of our members caught SPRT. Okay, he caught SPRT. And the funny thing is, he tried telling us a few times around these levels. When it was around 10 bucks, he mentioned it not once, but he kept mentioning it for the entire week or turkey, as you guys all know. I don't know if he saw this big of a move coming, but he did try to tell us many times, right? If you guys look at the screenshot to this thumbnail, he called September $11 calls. So September 17, $11 calls at $1. And this morning, they'll open up over 5,000, 6,000%, okay, on those calls. How high does this go? I'm not too sure, but LBO, what's the pre-market high on SPRT? The pre-market high. Oh yeah, somebody else. SPRT, the pre-market high.
I always type it wrong.
Yeah. So
it's at 43 right now.
43. Well, what's the pre-market high?
Pre-market high.
Huh?
55.60.
50. So pre-market high on this number is 55.60.
55.67.
Okay. So there isn't really a number that we can figure out here unless you draw fibs and stuff, right? But for now, 55 or above 50 will be hard. If it's at 43, that means people are giving up gains here. But again, this is a complete squeeze play. If you're in this from Turkey or before, manage your positions. Options will be priced really high because of the increased IV. So take advantage if you're in. I am not in, I wish I was in. But so above 50, I'm guessing is hard. That's where the sellers are. However, if it gets above 50 and holds, this can see a similar move like neg. Okay, neg went all the way from, so similar move. I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen, was possible. It can also just spike through and hit 70, 80 bucks. Okay, maybe even higher. I have no idea. It's a software company on cloud, so keep an eye on it. But I won't be playing because options will be too expensive on this. So unless you can scalp, that's a different story. But one of our members did catch this, and the funny thing is, ever since the squeezes started for the last 7-8 months, starting with GME, AMC, NEGG, SPRT, Clove, Palantir, in my stock life, either the admins or the mods, one of us always caught it. There was always one person that always caught these squeezes, right? So keep an eye out on all our messages are usually right, and if you guys see a potential setup, they can, and you can definitely catch it, right? We caught all of them. There's not a single one that we did not catch from the bottom. People catch them in between or at the top. We caught them at the bottom. GME option sniper, nailed $250,000 from like $1,000 on it. Okay, so keep an eye on these names when somebody does mention. DKNG, a beautiful hold here above. I missed this trade completely. I completely missed it, and now I'm just gonna wait for a few days, let it set up here, and then I might play to the long side again. Okay, so I already missed this trade from 54 to 60. It was at least given to you guys if somebody caught it. I know Turkey, he got 10. But DKNG, now it just needs consolidation, and maybe above 60. If it holds, we can play towards 63 or 64. Okay, so from 60 to another $3 move, right, which is very good for options. Okay. Penn, Turkey caught this. I think he's a trader of the month, no doubt.
I'm taking Sama today.
Right, and he caught this entire move. He sold. There definitely is resistance in this area, so I don't want to buy anything here. Right, this area right here, I do not wish to buy. No calls, nothing here. There is no direction in this area right here. Okay, as you guys can see. So always zoom out of charts, because that's where a lot of selling and buying happens. Support, resistance. So don't get caught in this zone because there is no direction. It can dip or go up. Okay. Amazon, if you're playing, it's been a few Fridays since we had that run. So Amazon today, I'm just gonna give you guys one number, right? Just write this down somewhere. If it holds 333.0 for the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe it rips in the 15 minutes, I have no idea. But if it holds above 33.30 today, it's probably gonna see 33.50 or even 3400 today. Is very likely. It can happen. Okay. And then the next resistance through here, it's roughly 33.80, I think, from what I remember. Yep, 33.80. So 33 until 33.80ish can happen today. And $1 or $2 contracts can easily go past 10. And the way to do this, if you're playing Amazon, don't just do it for once. You need to be consistent with these kind of plays. The reason being is, if you make this play 5 times, the first 2 times if you miss, for example, or the third time you miss, there will be one play where you will end up netting more than 500%, which overall leaves you with net profits. Okay, that's how you guys have to do your numbers, and it requires a lot of consistency and discipline. All right, the last lotto that I hit big on Amazon was, I think over a month ago, 6 weeks, where we nailed close to 2,000%, and then I missed 1 or 2, and I'm completely okay with it. Okay, maybe do I take Amazon lotto straight? Maybe. Let's see how the market sets up, right? And I won't take them at the open. I usually like playing Amazon around 12, 12:31. The reason being is, if on the 5-minute chart, right? I'm just gonna draw some space here. So pretend like this is a 5-minute chart. So sometimes what happens is, in the morning on a 5-minute, we might get the little rip or whatever happens, and then between 11 and 12, there's usually a sideways consult movement. 11 till 1 is a quiet phase, right? And then a lot of premium dies in this range from until 11 until 12. These 2 hours right here, from 10 a.m. right, from 10 a.m. to 12, they just kill premium usually most of the times. Okay, as long as it holds near highs, and then when we see buyers take above a high of day, that's when you want to play the lottos. Okay, and then those lottos, because they're priced so low, there's 4 hours to go. You can literally take a $2 lotto on Amazon to like $20 in the next 2 hours, and they happen really fast as a Friday. Okay, so that's something I'm teaching us now. Apple. So somebody, whoever asked regarding bearish RSI divergence, that's what it was, and I think it worked out exactly what it was, right? 150, very hard. 150 can be the top for many weeks and months. So if it takes a 150 this week, or I mean today or tomorrow or Monday, Tuesday, we can play Apple to the upside. If 150 is not taken out, it can definitely go towards 144, 143. Or do we get consolidation in Apple for the coming weeks, or it dips a little bit and then the money goes into Amazon? Maybe, I have no idea. Okay, They're both over $20 companies. Most of the investors that are invested in Apple, they're invested in Amazon, and most of the Amazon investors are invested in Apple. Okay. Tilray, another stock that we bought for September. Right now it's just near hold. On support is holding. Tilray needs above 14 no matter what. Some of you guys are trying to get in here, that's fine. We got in around here, right, on the alert. So our calls are down a little bit right now, about 25% I think. But if we do get above 14, keep an eye on Tilray. For small accounts, keep an eye on Tilray if it crosses 14. Buy yourself 3 to 4 weeks time, look for options that are priced around 50 cents or 60 cents. They can easily go to $1 plus. Okay, that's what's a picky trade. Not buying Tilray here in between right now, but when it closes above 14 bucks, okay, or holds 14 for some time, and then you zoom into the hourly and 2 hour chart if you see something, right? So that if I was to play Tilray right now, let's look at the hourly chart. So on the hourly, you can see it wasn't able to hold. So on the hourly, if I do get the move up here towards 1376 plus 14, right? If I do get the move around this range, then it's likely that the buyers have stepped in. They've sellers are gone, and then from here we get the next move towards where? Towards 15 bucks. Okay. So that $1 move on Tilray, if you're playing options, the delta is probably 45 cents, 50 cents. You can literally just double up on your options. Okay. So work out these numbers. And then Walmart, I took lottos yesterday. Walmart, I took the lottos yesterday. I'm expecting around 149 touch today. Okay, simply because it broke out, right? It wasn't a technical play. It broke out a couple of weeks back. We made some nice profits here. I sold some leaps here, and now it gave up some gains for the last 4 days in a row, from 151 to 147, and here they defended. Today, there's likely that it goes and tests 149. Okay, there's a very likely play that it's going to go and test 149. And when you make plays like this, you're likely to be right 2 out of 3 times. Okay, if you work on the probabilities, 2 out of 3 times, where 2 of these moves, so I bought the options at 35 cents, right? And I will probably sell them at $1 today, not under $1, maybe 80 cents or 90 cents. All right, so out of the 3 trades, here's how you look at it. If you lose one, the other 2 should give you more than 100% each, which leaves you with net profits. Okay, so these are the things that you guys have to work on and know when you're trading. So if you have a $4,000 account and you bought 2 contracts here at 35 cents and these go to 0, that's fine. It's part of trading. But then you're picky, you make another trade like this, 2 out of 3 chances you're going to be right. Okay, which will leave you with net profits. So these are the things that you guys need to understand. Okay, and what time is it? Alright guys, it's 9:23. I need to open up my platforms now. And so thank you for attending. Today I just spoke about little things that I wanted to get into, maybe teach you guys. So keep an eye. And we'll see you guys back in the chat. Manage your accounts.